How did he meet you?
So how did he start walking?
Okay, well, when I met Kris in Sarnia, he expressed a wish to me that one day he wanted to carry the torch that he's been carrying across Canada, and he wanted me to be his road manager, and that was a few years ago. And after checking with his family if it was okay, with his doctor, and with his school, they all were behind him. So on January 8th, it was his big kickoff from his hometown Sarnia, and that was day one. And we're going to be going throughout the whole country for the next 320 odd days. Oh, and Sarnia does have a nickname. I don't know if you people the students here are familiar about where Sarnia is. That's the home of Mike Weir, the famous golfer. Now, Sarnia has a nickname for Kris, and it's the little engine that can and will.
Woo!
Next question, come in.
Do you plan to go outside of Canada like the States or Europe?
I'm sorry?
Do you plan to go outside of Canada for your wish?
Do you plan to go outside of Canada to accomplish your wish?
Well, first we got to worry about Canada. What we're hoping is that what Kris is doing is going to gain international attention. We've already got calls from many states, Washington, California, Texas, and they know about Kristopher's wish. I even got a call from Saudi Arabia one morning, and they know about Kristopher's wish. So we're hoping as he's moving along that more and more countries will hear about it. And one day, well, right now, Kris he's got a beeper with him. And that beeper, we're all praying and hoping that beeper will go off, not by false alarm. One time he tricked his dad. And his dad almost got a heart attack. We're hoping it really goes off and he gets the call so he can get his transplant. And he can do a lot more things like play hockey and a whole bunch of other things. And then, yeah, I think we will have plans to probably take him to other countries and maybe do similar trips. Yeah, it's very possible.
Daryl? How much money have you raised so far, and how much are you hoping to raise?
Well, that's a good question too. We practically started on a zero budget. That means we practically started with no funds. And there's a lot of expenses on the road. Now, it's not about money. It's about bringing this very important message. The whole campaign is to hopefully make Kristopher's wish come true. And that's to inspire every single Canadian about organ and tissue donation. So it's not about money, but we need money so that we can pay for so many things like telephone bills, gas, food. It just goes on and on and on. So we need that money to make sure that we do finish the campaign. If we do get more, if we do have enough money to meet our budget on the road, and there is more money that's given to us, we're going to donate that money to the London Sick Kids Hospital for the transplant unit and Toronto Sick Kids Hospital for the transplant unit. Great.
While on his journey, how is Kristopher taking his education?
Well, I'm sort of taking correspondence and over the computer and webcam, and I have to write a journal every day, so yeah.
I think Amanda had a question. Can you tell us more about your illness?
Well, I was born with a disease called Biliary Atresia. It's a disease that on the liver, I was born without any of those tubes, think it's called ductwork or whatever. And I was born without a common bile duct, and then they found out that I needed a liver right away. And so 3 days after I was born, they did a surgery that I don't know what it was called, but it was called a Kris'S procedure, and that was one of the surgeries that kept me alive. And then for the past 13 years, I've had 20 major operations to keep me alive, and every 3 weeks I used to go in for surgery to have these, I had various veins, these big blood vessels in my throat, and I go in every 3 weeks to get a band, and if they bust, I could like bleed to death, but it hasn't yet, so hoping I'll never. Now it stops, and I'm just waiting for my call to go in and get another scar. Something unusual.
Is this the best school you've ever been to?
It's the very best.
Oh, good. What keeps you so positive?
All the students.
Dino's. Sorry.
Oh, every day. I don't mind.
The question was, do you have females asking for a hug often, every day? You really need to write down those tips for me, man. You're good.
I think cops have more tips than I do.
Sorry?
I said I think cops have more good tips than I do.
Thanks. Jared had a question. What are your future plans and goals? Sorry.
Well, my two things. One, I want to be a surgeon, and I want to be a famous hockey player.
Carol. Who's your favorite player on the Leafs?
Well, it was Cujo, but hey. Well, it's Tidoni and Sunday.
Kim at the back. I'm sorry? Which provinces will you visit? Which provinces will you visit?
We're going to be visiting the 10 provinces across Canada. You know that Newett is a province too, eh? Don't forget that. You're being taught that, right? Okay, we're visiting the 10 provinces, Ontario,